Quick hand here. Okay, Dave Lee, Boyce Olson, the stage is yours.
And welcome to the Governor's Forum from Farmfest here in Redmond Falls. This morning, we want to welcome everyone who is here today, and of course those of you who are listening on WCCO Radio Live to this long-running series of forums they've had here at Farmfest. And we have a series of questions, ag-related for sure, for the most part, but we'll discuss as much as we can. And we'll ask the candidates. Boyce, let's talk about the format, and let's talk about who's here today.
Thanks, Dave. Yes, we have 5 candidates for governor, all in the same place at the same time for the first time during this campaign. And, Dave, as you said, we have a series of questions about agriculture, but also about Greater Minnesota and issues about the economy. And so we have Representative Tim Walz, Attorney General Lori Swanson, Hennepin County Commissioner Jeff Johnson, and State Representative Aaron Murphy. So we'll rotate through these questions, and everybody will have about a minute, 90 seconds to answer. If it gets a little heated, Dave, we might do some refereeing.
Well, we have 90 degrees to work with. We're already heated, so that's good here, boys. And I'll start with Congressman Walz here first. But first question this morning: if elected governor, how will you establish and maintain a positive relationship with the agriculture community, and what types of individuals will you be looking for to lead state agencies to help foster a productive working relationship with Minnesota's farm and food sector?
Well, thank you all for being here. Thanks for feeding, fueling, clothing the world. This is the most important room because you're here today, probably in the country in agricultural policy. The one thing with this question is you don't have to guess or try and speculate how we'll work with the ag community. We've done it together. There's folks in this room together, large coalitions that we've built that have written 3 farm bills together. We've moved forward legislation from conservation compliance to things like beginning farmer and rancher that took putting people in the room, making sure that we heard all voices and coming out with compromises that were in the best interest of Minnesota. When we make the decision for commissioners in that, we have everyone sit at the table or in the room, because these false choices that we're being forced to people think we need to answer are not true. We can continue to do the things that we do. We can continue to outproduce the rest of the world at the same time protecting our natural resources. That's what we've done. That's the core values that we have. And as your governor, I'll build that team that makes that happen.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the host for this forum. We appreciate it. It's an important discussion for the future of our state, the future of agriculture, food, and food processing in our state. I want to recognize my Lieutenant Governor candidate, Michelle Fischbach, the pride of Painesville, who's with us this morning as well. Thank you for being here, Senator. Look, we need a champion for agriculture in the state of Minnesota. And if you think about Minnesota's strengths and the foundations of this state, agriculture, food processing, value-added agriculture, and all the related activities are not only such an important part of our economy, they're an important part of our culture, our identity, our heritage, and our history. And we need a governor to not do what just happened, which is to stiff-arm farmers when it comes to important rules or proposals, and try to include them at the table as partners, not as adversaries. So let's invite farmers in the ag community to the table. Let's be partners. Let's say that they are folks that we want to work with to accomplish positive outcomes, not bash them, not treat them as adversaries, not treat them as people who are going to be subject to regulations and fines. So some of the things we need to do to champion this is make sure you got a governor who understands ag and is passionate about being your champion. I'll do that again as your next governor.
Next to Attorney General Swanson.
Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming out. I appreciate the chance to be with my colleagues here, and thank you for caring so much about these issues. You know, we've got so much gridlock in our politics today, it's getting in the way of stuff getting done. One of the things I'm going to do before I take office is meet with all 201 legislators, Republicans and Democrats, across the aisle, break bread, get to know people, so that we can forge common ground. because we have so much more that unites us than divides us. Everybody wants their kids to get a good and affordable education, to have jobs that can support a family, to have health care that doesn't bankrupt your family, and that someday you can retire with dignity. And by meeting across the aisle and working with people of different political persuasions, we can get a heck of a lot done if we know each other, we end the bickering. Now, in terms of ag in particular, I've been representing the entire state of Minnesota for 12 years as Attorney General, working with the agriculture community. And we're going to bring people into the government who respect the industry, who can work with the industry, and listen and hear so that we're all accomplishing our common goals in a way that makes sense and that moves Minnesota forward.
Commissioner Johnson.
So I will thank you as well for being here, and I too want to introduce my running mate, but I don't know where she is. But Donna Bergstrom, former Lieutenant Colonel in the Marine Corps, there she is, and future Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, Donna, for your service and for being here. So part of the question, the first part of the question is, what sort of person will you appoint to head the Department of Ag? And my answer is, I'll appoint a farmer to head the Department of Ag, and every one of my commissioners is going to have real-life experience in the area that they're regulating. Do you know what the biggest problem with ag in Minnesota is right now? It's the fact that ag policy is being set by bureaucrats in St. Paul, and it's being unduly influenced by people who seem to believe that what is most important is the livelihood of bees or birds or butterflies instead of farmers and their families. You know who should influence ag policy in Minnesota? You should influence ag policy in Minnesota, and you will when I'm your governor.
Representative Murphy.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Erin Murphy, and I am delighted to be with you today, and it's awesome to see so many people here. This is how we build our future together, and I know that I'm going to do that work with you when I'm elected to be the next governor of the state of Minnesota. I want to confess to you that I was born in a little town in Wisconsin, Columbus, Wisconsin, and I come from a farm family. My dad, they grew